Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you another video. This time I'm telling you exactly how you should deal with diet relapses. And by diet relapses, what I mean is we all been through that situation where we've yo-yo dieted, we've been doing really good, and then all of a sudden we fall off. Don't you want to know how to fix that? So if you do, stay tuned. But before we get started, I want you guys to click on the red subscribe button. That way you get notified every single time I post a new video. I'm bringing to you new content every single Wednesday that's about nutrition-based facts and healthy weight loss tips so that way you can have a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So let's get into the video. Before I give you the 5 tips to dealing with diet relapses, I want to tell you why. So with my background in behavior change, I realized that there are a lot of different key behaviors that keep us from being able to move forward. And that's why we end up sabotaging ourselves or stalling altogether and ultimately never picking it back up. So the things that I'm going to be talking about are going to be giving you tangible things that help you work on the problem on the inside. That way you can ultimately move forward. Because again, life happens and you're going to come up to a situation where you might relapse again, or it might be a more challenging time. You may have a career move, you might be moving family, going through a divorce, going through a marriage, having a kid. Life happens. And so you need to be equipped with the fundamental tools so that way you can deal with those diet relapses in a sustainable and healthy way. The first thing you need to do is just accept it. There's no criminal offense that has been committed by you. Everything that has happened was life. There was a bump in the road. So let's say we are on a journey. We are on this bike ride towards our healthy living. What is healthy living? Healthy living is enjoying every single moment so that way you are able to live life full out. But sometimes you got to take a detour, and a relapse is really just a detour to get back on track. You are still going to make it to your destination, but just because you've experienced some kind of bump in the road doesn't mean that it's over. So don't beat yourself up about it. If you have relapsed, if you found yourself getting back into your old habits, if you found yourself eating excessively or fast food or the things that you shouldn't be doing, if you find yourself not working out as much as you were before, if you find yourself that you have gained 5 or 10 pounds, know that it's not the end of the world. And I'm saying this from experience because I've been there several times. And I know that it's possible on this journey that every single person, whether you are a novice in fitness and wellness or you're an expert, that it takes a lot to maintain your fitness level. So know that you are not alone. It's not just you that's dealing with the difficulties of sustaining a healthy, balanced lifestyle. A lot of us struggle with it. So accept the fact that it's happened, and then let's just move on. Number 2 is hit the replay button. I talked a lot about my weight loss and my weight gain in a video that I posted a couple months ago. I'll link it up here, where I gained a lot of weight over this last year and I'm slowly getting back to things. I talk about in that video what made me successful in getting back into the game was the fact that I sat back and reflected on what I did wrong. And when I look back, I realized that even though I say I was eating healthy most of the time, that most of the time was really like 1 or 2 times a week. I wasn't working out consistently and I was eating fast food and experimenting with a lot of unhealthy food. And as you all know, that will result in weight gain. So a lot of us already know what to do, but we miss this important step, which is going back, replaying what we did wrong. We have to assess ourselves, just like when you're at work. If you're at work and you get a performance plan by your boss or whoever, they look at your performance and see how well you've done. Well, sit down and evaluate yourself. How have you been doing in your weight loss journey? If you see yourself getting off the bandwagon, then stop, take a seat, and think about what it is that you've been doing that is different, that might be contributing to you gaining weight or falling off. Step number 3 is replay with corrective action. This means that when you're sitting down to look at all the things that you've been doing that has been contributing to your relapse, I want you to think of 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 target behaviors that will counter that. I'm doing this and telling you guys to do this to prepare you for the next time. If the situation comes up where you find that has made you rebound or relapse, then I want you guys to think of those 2 or 3 things that you can do instead, so you can identify that next time. For example, you've noticed that you've been going out to eat a lot lately, and one of the things that you have been doing is having an excessive amount of cheat days. What I want you to think of is one thing that you can do instead of that. So maybe the answer isn't not going out to eat, but maybe it's changing exactly what it is that you eat. So when I go to a Mexican restaurant, of course I want enchiladas and a margarita, but if I'm trying to change my behaviors, maybe one thing I'll do is choose maybe the margarita in a salad, or maybe the enchilada and water. Those are really little things that you can do that really can contribute to an overall healthy lifestyle. Step number 4 is self-monitor yourself. Now, I talked about this in one of my more recent videos, and I'll link that either up here or below, but it's really important for you to monitor your progress. So after you sit down and determine what your goal is, it's important for you to have checkpoints in between to see, how am I coming along? Am I doing the things that I said I was going to do? You can do this with an app. You can write it down in a journal. There are several things that you can do to monitor your own progress. That way you're taking responsibility for your health, but you're also being able to implement those corrective action plans that we talked about in the last step. Tip number 5 is really important, and that is to move on. Push past those negative beliefs and don't get stuck in the fact that you relapse. This is one of the biggest things that people do that keeps them stuck, is they sit there and think about how they fell off. I know I've been guilty of it as well. I sit there, I feel bad about myself, and that's triggering other negative behavior. More binge eating, more of not going to the gym, more demotivation. We need to get to a place that we're feeling motivated, and the only way we can do that is taking action. So step number 5 is extremely important. I want to point out the fact that you shouldn't punish yourself. When you start to move on with a good solid plan and take baby steps. A lot of times I see people punish themselves with extreme diets or cleanses, or even working out for hours at the gym to make up for what they ate the day before. And science shows that that's just not going to help. You shouldn't punish yourself, for one, because weight loss happens sustainably over time. And also, those might be triggering negative behaviors. The last thing I want to say is, if you skip steps 1 through 4, then it's very likely that you'll end up in the same situation of relapsing. And it's really important to notice that, because a lot of people don't take the time to sit down, to press the replay button, to create a corrective action plan, and just go to the move on stage. But if you go to the move on stage without realizing what it is that you did that triggered those behaviors and a plan that can help you combat them, then you'll end up repeating the same negative behaviors that you did before. And I know that this can seem very daunting sometimes and very frustrating, demotivating, and discouraging when you have a relapse. Trust me, I've done this so many times over my 10-year fitness journey, and I still have ways to go and room for improvement. But it's so important to have somebody there with you who can help push you along the way and help you through these steps. That way you can be successful in the long term. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same result. Isn't it time that we start doing something a little bit different? I know a lot of people say, I'll do it myself, I know what to do. But the truth of the matter is, and if you've been following my channel for a while, I talk about this a lot, is people need accountability. And that is why I created my one-on-one coaching program, to really hold people accountable, to set actionable steps, so that way you can have a healthy, balanced lifestyle. If you're interested in being a part of that and teaming up with me so that way you can get healthy, then I want you to click on the link below and apply for my program. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before you go, I want you to do one thing. If you found this video valuable, I'd like you to share it with your friends and your family. So share it on your Facebook or your Instagram and tag me in it if you can. And the reason why I'm asking you to do this is because it's extremely important that people know about this. No other trainer or no other coach that I've worked with has talked to me about this. And it wasn't until I started studying behavior change that I realized how important that these things are. You can have the best workout plan and the best healthy eating guide, but if you don't have these key behaviors that help you change your diet, change your lifestyle, change how how you act and think, then your weight loss plan is going to be unsuccessful. So share this with your friends and family so everybody can live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Peace.